Welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug, and today we are going to make spaghetti and meatballs 101. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So the first thing you want to do is get your spaghetti noodles ready. Now, all you have to do is just read the instructions on the box. But this is 1 pound of spaghetti noodles. You'll need 4 to 6 quarts of water to a boil. You're going to add some salt to that, and then you're going to let this cook for around 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. You got to drain it well, of course, but this is regular spaghetti noodles that we're going to use. So I have my water here. I'm going to start heating up my water. Once it comes to a boil, add your salt, then add your pasta, cook it for 10, 11 minutes, and it should be done. Let's take a look at our meatballs. So while our water is getting ready to boil, we're going to start on our meatballs. Now I have 1 pound of ground beef. This is 93% lean, 7% fat. And I'm just going to add it to my bowl here. And then these are all the ingredients you're going to need for my delicious Italian meatballs. So I have half a cup of diced onions. We're going to add that. We have 1 egg, so we want to break 1 egg in here. We have close to half a cup of Italian breadcrumbs. This is Progresso breadcrumbs. I'm using Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. This is approximately half a cup. Salt and pepper, probably about a teaspoon each. Don't forget, it's to taste. So once you make your meatballs, if you decide, I wish I added more salt or pepper, just add it. It's fine. Then we're going to use around 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, this is about half a teaspoon of oregano, about 1 teaspoon of basil. We're going to use a little crushed pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, just to give it a little spice. And then Italian seasoning, very important. Probably at least a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more. Always make sure your hands are clean. And we're going to start to mix with our hands. So you really get in there, okay? Really get into that. Mix it well. This is how my mom taught me how to make it. She didn't add certain ingredients to her meatballs, like she didn't add the red pepper flakes or the cheese. I think she used pretty much everything else. But I love adding cheese to my meatballs, and I love adding just a little bit of that red pepper flakes. It just gives a little spice. Okay, perfect. This is looking really good. So when you mix it, just squeeze it in your hand like that. Make sure it's well mixed, especially with that onion. I have my board here. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to start breaking off pieces. I'm going to show you the size of your meatball. You can make it large, you can make them small. It really depends on you. All right, but I'll show you how I make mine. All right, that looks good. So I'm just going to grab a piece like this. Roll it in your hand, very important. And then this is about the size of my meatball. I don't make them really, really large. I make them kind of like medium, right? I don't want them too small, of course. But my mom used to make them larger. She used to make large meatballs, but I think this is a really nice size. And yeah, really easy. So I'm going to continue making my meatballs, and then we're going to cook them. Stay tuned. Okay, so I have my frying pan here. I'm going to put on the heat. to a medium heat. I'm going to add about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, of extra virgin olive oil. And let's do about 1 tablespoon of butter. All right. So I'm going to mix these two together. Good. And then I want to add some minced garlic. So I'm just using this minced garlic in the container. If you want to chop up the garlic toe, you can. I'm doing approximately, probably a little bit more than a teaspoon. All right. And I'm just going to get that garlic and put it in that pan. And when I see it dance a little bit, that means it has a slight little sizzle. Then I know that's when I'm going to add my meatballs. Now you can see my water is boiling over there. So I'm going to add my salt. And then we're going to add our pasta. And I'm just going to drop the pasta in here. One thing I do recommend you get is a pasta spoon. This is a wooden one. I do have a metal one too over here, but I kind of like the wooden one, to be quite honest. And I just kind of make sure that the pasta is submerged in the water. And we're going to let that cook for 10-11 minutes. So you can see our garlic is starting to sizzle just a little bit. I'm going to add my meatballs. Just made about 12 meatballs. Okay. I'm going to put this on a little higher flame just for now. Okay, we're going to brown it and then we're going to turn it. You want to definitely stir your pasta with your pasta spoon every so often during the 10 minutes. What does the pasta spoon do? It just basically breaks up the pasta noodles in case they start sticking together. You don't want your pasta noodles sticking together. Okay. All right, we'll be back. Okay, let's take a look at our meatballs. Another tool that's super important are tongs. These are so helpful because when we flip them over, so you can see that it is nice and brown. That's what you want. So flip them over. Okay, we're going to continue cooking these. Now, how long do you cook them? Well, basically, you got to make sure everything is brown. And then once that is done, you want to make sure the inside is brown too. So this should probably take at least 10 minutes. We're going to time it to see how long it's going to take exactly. I usually just tell by the way it looks and I cut into it and I can see in the inside. But just to give you an exact time, we'll time it. All right. Now, don't forget, it's important to periodically stir your pasta using your pasta spoon. Make sure you're stirring it. You want to make sure all those noodles cook evenly. This has about another minute to go. And of course, you want to taste it. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's see if our pasta is done. I'm going to take a little strand If it's al dente, which means to the tooth. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm going to do 1 more minute, and then it'll be done. Okay, so when you drain your pasta, use a colander, and then I let the cold water run, and then just pour it in there. And I don't drain mine, or I'm sorry, spray mine with water. My mom used to do that. I just leave it like that. And you can do it to cool down so it doesn't stick together, but usually I use it right away. But that's basically what you do. And so the pasta doesn't stick together. But usually I don't do that. I just toss it in the sauce. Okay, it's been about 11 minutes, 12 minutes. So I'm going to now cover them, and I'm going to put it on a low flame. Hey, it's been 20 minutes. Let's check it. Wow, that look and smell so good. But what you want to do is pick the largest one and cut into it. And yeah, I can see it needs a little bit more. So this is going to cook on another low heat covered for at least another 5 minutes. So probably 25 to 30 minutes this should be done. Okay, let's check again. It has been 26 minutes. I'm going to choose a, let's see, let's use this one. Yeah, pretty much there. I'm going to give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Let's see this one. Yeah, probably about 1 or 2 more minutes. So I'm going to cover it again, let it cook for 1 or 2 more minutes, and it'll be done. Okay, so my meatballs are ready. And I'm just going to transfer them to this bowl here. We are going to put the pasta in this frying pan because it has all the drippings of the meatball. So that's what you want to do. It just gives it so much flavor. It tastes so good. All right, look at them. They look fantastic. Oh, so good. So I'm adding my pasta here. Now with my pasta, I didn't add all the pasta that I made. You can, but it's just for me right now until Yvonne gets home, and then I can heat his up. I just want to show you, I got my pasta there. I heated up my sauce, my homemade sauce. Now, depending on you, some people like a lot of sauce, some people don't like that much sauce. I'm kind of like in the middle. Okay. So, wow, that sauce smells so good. So, let's add a little bit more sauce. Okay, I think that's good. Yum. And now let's plate it. So I'm going to get my pasta. Give it a little swirl. We're going to add our meatball. I think I'm going to do 3 meatballs. Just like that. Look how pretty that looks. Wow. I'm going to get some cheese. What a beautiful dish. So good. So yummy. Now for the taste test. And now for the taste test. Oh, I cannot wait to taste this. Mmm. Meatballs are so good. Get a little of that pasta. Oh my gosh. That sauce is so delicious. Now you can find my homemade sauce, Italian sauce, on my last video. So if you're interested in that recipe, feel free to view that and get the recipe for that because it is so good. It really is. Of course you can use ragu or prego or one of those, but it's not the same, guys. It's not the same. So nothing like your homemade sauce, homemade meatballs. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. Hopefully you enjoyed our spaghetti and meatballs 101. I call it 101 because it's like so easy to make. It's the first thing you want to make. Anyway, thank you so much. And remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe. And please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, happy healthy living. Bye-bye. Yum. So good.